Command Performance, USA. The greatest entertainers in America as requested by you, the men and women in the United States Armed Forces throughout the world. Command Performance presented this week and every week till you're home from the hospitals and back from over there. Hiya, gang. This is Howard Petrie hauling up the curtain on another Command Performance. Half an hour of top talent and tunes, all ordered in your kind letters to Old Command, care of Armed Forces Radio, Los Angeles, USA. And running the show tonight is a gorgeous gal. She's what you'd call a real GI type of gal. Wherever she goes, you hear guys saying, gee, I'd like to meet her. Gee, I'd like to take her out. And here she is, Evelyn Knight.
It's a big, wide, wonderful world you live in. When you're in love, you're a master of all you survey. You're a gay Santa Claus. There's a brave new star-spangled sky above you. When you're in love, you're a hero, a Nero, Apollo, the Wizard of Oz. You've a kingdom, power, and glory. The oldest of stories is new. True, you built your Rome in just one day. Life is mystic, a midsummer's night you live in. A Turkish delight, you're in heaven. It's swell when you're really in love. Life is mystic, a midsummer's night you live in. A Turkish delight, you're in heaven. It's swell when you're really in love. Thank you much. And, gang, let's get on to filling orders from Seaman First Class Hank Halsey, PFC Billy Myers, and a flock of other guys and gals by bringing on a grand singing-type feller. Star lately of many a super-duper crime opera. We've had a lot of petitions asking him to sing once more, and here he is to fill those orders, Dick Powell.
Thank you. You know, Evelyn, once in a lifetime, someone comes along who's charming and gracious, perfection itself.
Oh.
Someone who has brains, talent, good looks.
Gee.
Someone who's irresistible and lovable, that you'd like to take into your arms and squeeze.
Golly.
Well, that's enough about me. Let's talk about you.
Well, this boy would make a great pause for station identification. Now, Evelyn.
Hello, Mr. Powell. I'm Ruth Parrott. Are you doing anything right now?
Not a thing, honey, not a thing. Shall we say dinner and a show and then perhaps a midnight snack at Chasen's? Or, if you prefer, a little midnight Chasen's at Snacks?
Oh, goodness, no, Mr. Powell. I gotta get back to the Broadway department store.
You were there earlier?
Yeah. I was buying nylons from a beautiful salesgirl, and my husband was getting notions. Now I gotta go back and find my husband.
Very well, madam. I'll hold that package of liverwurst for you.
Wait a minute, Mr. Powell. That's my baby.
Oh. And a cute one, too, yeah. Is it a boy or is it the expensive kind?
He's a boy.
I see. Takes after his father.
Here, Mr. Powell, you hold him.
You want me to hold him?
Sure.
Oh, all right. I only hope the safety catch is on. Oh, isn't that cute? Sucking his thumb.
Oh, those childhood habits don't worry me. We outgrow them. Why, Mr. Powell, when I was a child, I used to think everything with stripes on it was peppermint candy.
You did?
Yeah. I was 19 years old before I stopped chewing on barber poles. There. I'll be back soon, my little Rover.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold everything. You named your little boy Rover? Why that?
His father always wanted a dog. Mr. Powell, his father really adores little Rover. He's already enrolled him at Vassar.
At Vassar? That's a girls' school.
Yeah, but he wants him to have the things he never had. Well, don't look now, Mr. Powell, but I must be off.
Yes, you certainly must be.
Kitchy-coo. See, Mr. Powell, if the baby starts to cry, just say kitchy-coo and he'll stop.
Just kitchy-coo?
Just one kitchy, please. We don't want to spoil him.
But, madam, one question. How long... Oh, well. Kitchy-coo. Gee, it works. Kitchy-coo. Maybe I should have tried that on your mother, huh?
Say, Dick, what have you got there?
I got a baby.
Oh, come on. I wasn't gone that long.
Your mother went out to look for her husband. Oh, fine. If your mother left a code book, I'd love to know what's on your mind. No. Kitchy-coo. 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 Kitchy-coo, 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 kitchy-coo.
Oh, it's unhappy. Dod love it.
Dod love it, itchy-coo. Itchy-coo, Dod love it, or I'll beat your stupid brains out.
Dick, you're beginning to look tired.
Oh, those kitchens aren't so bad, but gad, those coos wear me down.
Say, you having trouble, Dick? Hey, what do you got there? A baby?
No, that's what I like about you, Howard. You have a remarkable grasp of the obvious.
Howard, we can't figure out a way to make the baby stop crying.
Well, now, let me see. Well, Professor Powell, I find this child is suffering from an acute case of appositional cyanosis of the posterior oblongata. To say nothing of opulent dimagnetism.
And what does all that mean?
His safety pin is open. See? Ah, I love babies. I'm going to study baby raising till I'm known as Petrie the Champ. Ah, the coot it'll fella. Dick, he's worried about something.
Evelyn, let's get out of here.
Hey, wait, hold on now.
Howard, we'll see you.
Howard, what's wrong? What's wrong?
Drat this California weather. I didn't know we'd reach the end of the dry season so soon. Hey, Powell, take back your old faithful.
No, Howard, you can't quit now.
Oh, Evie, you take him, will you?
But, Howard, you wanted to learn all about babies, become the champ baby raiser?
Yeah, don't you want to be known as Petrie the Champ?
Champ. Kitty's just called me Mr. Fisk. It's time to retire.
After a sketch involving babies, that reminds me it's time for a change.
Uh-huh. So after a low about a Mother Ruth Parrott and a cute little baby named Leon Ledoux, Evelyn takes music in hand to charm us with what, Evelyn?
Well, for all the customers at Oliver General Hospital down Georgia Way, it's a modern version of a Gilbert and Sullivan classic, Tidwillow. On a tree by a river, a little town kid sang willow, tidwillow, tidwillow. And I said to him, Dickie Bird, why do you sit singing willow, tidwillow? Is it weakness of intellect, birdie, I cry, or a rather tough worm in your little inside? With a shake of his poor little head, he would fly. Tidwillow, tidwillow, tidwillow. He slapped at his chest as he sat on that bough, singing willow, tidwillow, tidwillow. And a cold perspiration bespangled his brow. Oh, willow, tidwillow, tidwillow. He sobbed and he sighed and a gurgle he gave. Then he plunged himself into the billowy wave, and an echo arose from the suicide's grave. Oh, willow, tidwillow, tidwillow. Now I feel just as sure as I'm sure that my name isn't Willow, tidwillow, tidwillow. That was blighted affection that made him exclaim, oh, willow, tidwillow, tidwillow. And if you remain callous and obdurate, I shall perish as he did, and you will know why, though I probably shall not exclaim as I die. Tidwillow, tidwillow, tidwillow.
Wonderful, Evelyn. When it comes to dishing out a tune, you're an expert.
Thank you, Dick, but I can't say the same for you as a babysitter.
Oh, yeah? Well, I know a couple I'd like to sit on.
Why, Richard, you don't like babies? I didn't think you were that unkind.
Oh, I just don't relish the idea of being a babysitter. I tried it once.
What happened?
Well, just settle back and I'll tell you. My friends went out one night, and I acted as a sitter to their youngest little boy, a mischievous critter. I knew that over him I'd have no power, but it was all right with me for 50 cents an hour. Around 9 p.m., when I thought he was sleeping, I heard him on the staircase, and there he was a-peeping. He came tumbling down shouting,
Hey there, Pappy. Tell me a story, something spicy and snappy.
Okay, I said, and on my knee he did clamber, and when he said which story, he said,
Forever Amber.
Hot cha, hot cha, hot cha, hot cha. The book about Amber, now, wait a minute. That's no book for kids. There ain't no pictures in it. When I looked at his face and I saw him frown, I figured I'd tell him the story, but I'd tone it down.
Oh, my name is Amber, and I lived long ago. There wasn't a man who wasn't my beau. I was the talk of England amongst the men and maids. What'd they expect me to do? Play with razor blades?
Poor old Amber. She didn't get the best of it.
Don't make up your mind till you hear the rest of it.
The first man I knew I can dimly remember was a chap I met on a day in December. I had my new look dress on, the color of a thistle. He saw my new look, and he gave me the whistle. He ogled me with his eyes, then he ogled me some more. He was the ugliest creature I ever saw.
Hot cha, hot cha, hot cha, hot cha.
I'm a royal Duke, Amber. I'd do anything for you.
What can you do for me that Does can't do?
I can put you in pictures, my charming little pet.
Don't give me that. Pictures ain't invented yet.
And I'll make you my Duchess if you'll marry me today.
I need time to think it over. Okay.
So Amber married the Duke, and then she left him in a huff.
So far
far as pretty dull. Let's get to the funny stuff.
The next man I met was a bloke named Blackie. He had sailed the world around from Suez to Nagasaki.
Now come into my arms. I got your number, Amber. We'll go to all the high spots and we'll rumba and samba.
Yeah, I'll put on a dress that brings out my eyes of blue.
I saw that dress. It brings my eyes out, too.
Hot cha! Hot cha! Hot cha! Hot cha!
Say, who is this guy on that hotshot kick?
He thinks he's dynamite.
Yeah, one big stick. Is he in the story? He sure sounds wacky.
Never mind. Let's get on with Amber and Blackie.
Look out for me, Amber. I leave 'em and love 'em.
You got many women?
I got 1,000,000 of them.
Well, you got me now, and you'll have no more. Who do you think you are? Artie Shaw?
So they went on stepping and they made the rounds till they came to a place called the Fox and the Hound.
You mean something happened there on which they hadn't reckoned?
Yeah, this was the hangout of King Charles II.
Oh, Blackie, what's wrong? What's wrong?
And a king's coming in here, I can tell by that song.
The king himself? Why, it must be fate. I gotta make sure my lipstick's straight.
The king is here, our royal king. Arise, ye lads, and let the trumpets ring.
I'm King Charles. Who are you, my little minx?
My name is Amber, and your trumpet player stinks.
What wit, what sparkle, what beauty, what verve.
Take your hands off me, king. You got a lot of nerve.
Come, my little pet, I'm not accustomed to mockery.
Stop smiling at me, then. I can't stand your false crockery.
Mind your tongue, wench. You forget that I'm royal.
Ah, go soak your head in a barrel of oil.
After soaking his head, the king returned, but Amber was
I'll
gone.
bet the king was burned.
Yeah, he issued a decree that because she had vanished, Amber was henceforth and forever banished.
What did Amber do? Did she go away?
Yeah, she sailed for Hollywood, California.
When she got in town, did she cause a panic?
So much so, she was called Bizarro Danik.
Hot cha! Hot cha! Hot cha! Hot cha!
Say, who is this guy that's built like a barrel?
That's Danik himself. First name Zerl.
So you're little Amber. I've heard about you.
Well, whatever you heard, 'tain't true, 'tain't true.
Well, I'll let you prove it. I'll put you on the screen. But remember, sister, you gotta keep it clean. I should have my head examined what this is costing. So don't do anything that'll be banned in Boston.
Who'll be my leading man?
Cornell Wilde.
That's putting it mild.
So they made the picture Amber, and it sure caused a roar.
Well, I saw the picture. What are they roaring for?
You saw the picture? What did you think of the plot?
Well, the way you tell it, it ain't so hot.
Off to the woodshed, we'll take an excursion.
You gonna spank me, Dick?
No, I want to hear your version.
Storytelling, Richard. And now, gang, Dick has a brand new Meredith Willson number at hand. You know, Dick introduced another Meredith Willson tune some years back, and it went to the top in a hurry. It was called You and I. And now he's introducing another one, which will probably shoot onward and upward the same way.
Well, I hope so, for Meredith's sake. And so, for PFC Rochelle, Seaman First Class Rudy Wood, and all the gang at the Canal Zone, here's Meredith's beautiful Every Day. Every day, sure as a sunrise, there's somebody falling in love. And every evening, by the very same token, vows are whispered that are never broken. Every night, sure as the sunset, there's danger of you falling too. In fact, I'll hold you in my arms till you do. Every night, sure as the sunset, there's danger of you falling too. In fact, I'll hold you in my arms till you do. Every day.
Wonderful, Dick. Really, really great.
Thank you, Connie. Well, Evelyn, what's next?
Next, Richard, I want to present a young man who's really going places in the entertainment business. You saw him in Three Godfathers, following in the footsteps of his father, whom we all loved so well. It's Harry Carey, Jr.
Thank you, Evelyn. Thank you very much.
Harry, we're very happy to have you aboard, and we're going to put you right to work. So if you'll slip into the character of a young sailor named Jimmy Beale, Howard Petrie will set the scene.
Right, Evelyn. Tonight, Command Performance proudly presents Harry Carey, Jr. with Ed Begley and Ray Rowe in The Liberty Bell.
This is a story about something that happened to me. I haven't told it to anyone before because, well, I just didn't think they'd believe it. I'll admit that the circumstances are a bit unusual, but just the same, well, you judge for yourself. I know you'll understand. It happened when I was in the Navy. Our ship had locked at the Philadelphia Navy Yard, and one of my buddies and I went into town for our first liberty in several months.
So this is Philly. A nice kind of town. You been here before?
Oh, sure, lots of times. How do you suppose I was able to get the dates for us tonight? Boy, will you meet Helen. You'll like her.
Oh, boy, after this last cruise, I'll enjoy any blind date.
Well, don't get excited. We still got a couple of hours to kill. They don't finish work until 5 o'clock.
Hey, we can spend the afternoon by... What are you stopping for? What's that, a church?
No, that's Independence Hall. That's where the Declaration of Independence was signed.
No kidding. Hey, come to think of it, I remember reading about it in school. Isn't that where the bell is, the Liberty Bell?
Yeah, sure is. Want to go over and see it?
Nah, not now. I think I'll find a drugstore and place a long-distance call home to my mom. You go ahead, and I'll pick you up over there as soon as I'm through.
Golly, doesn't seem to be anybody around. Oh, there it is. Golly, it's sure big. And those words around the base of it. Proclaim liberty throughout all the land, and unto the inhabitants thereof. I wonder who wrote that.
It's from the Bible, Leviticus, 25th chapter.
Huh? Well, where'd that voice come from? It sounded like it came from the bell.
Yes, it was I. There doesn't seem to be a guide around, so if there's anything you want to know, just ask me.
Oh, well, thanks very much, Mr. Bell.
Oh, come now. No formality. Just call me Liberty.
Well, thanks, Liberty. But isn't it just a bit unusual for a bell to be talking?
Oh, many things have voices. Haven't you heard of the cry of the press, the murmuring pines, the whispering wind, and me, the voice of liberty?
Oh, I'll bet that July 4th, 1776 was a busy day for you.
July 4th, 1776? Let me think. No, I wasn't busy that day. In fact, I didn't ring at all.
But that's the day the Declaration of Independence was signed. You must have rung.
Well, news didn't get around as fast in those days as it does now. The Declaration of Independence was accepted by final vote on July 4th, But by the time the copies got to the printers and were distributed, it took a few days. We didn't get the news here until July 8th. That was the day of the celebration.
Well, I guess you got a little rest after the revolution, though, huh?
Well, not exactly. Many things happened in the years that followed. There was the death of General Washington. I told for the election of Jefferson to the presidency. And then, well, then it happened.
Happened? What happened?
I remember it as though it were yesterday. It was on July 8th, exactly 59 years from the date on which I had announced that the Declaration of Independence had been signed. On this day in 1835, I was tolling for the death of Chief Justice John Marshall when suddenly I cracked. They couldn't repair me without destroying what I had come to mean, so they left me as you see me now.
Oh, gee, that's a shame.
Yes and no. I would have liked to have continued on, marking the events in our history, but on the other hand, I like to think of myself as a person, one who was born, who spoke, sang, shouted, and fell in the line of duty like any soldier. I like to feel that I had been given an assignment to proclaim liberty throughout the land and unto all the inhabitants thereof.
Well, you certainly accomplished your mission. You really deserve a rest. I say you earned a little rest.
Hey, I got my call placed, and Mom said to say hello. Who are you just talking to? Anybody around?
Oh, I was talking to, Why, I wasn't talking to anyone.
Hey, mate, are you feeling all right? You know, it's bad business to start talking to yourself.
Talking to myself? Was that it? Well, I didn't know what to think. I wanted to tell Jack about it, but how could I? He'd say I had too much sea duty. Oh, I thought of all the things that Bella told me, and things I've never known before. And I knew it couldn't have been pure imagination. And yet, well, how would you explain it?
Beautiful. That was a real work of art.
Yes, sir, and that brings to an impressive and another crowded command.
Yep, we had a grand bunch of talent tonight, and that includes Harry Carey Jr., Ed Begley, Raymond Rowe, the inimitable Howard Hotcha Petrie, and Dick Powell, and
Evelyn, isn't this a beautiful night? Thanks for asking us in, gang. The best of luck, and good night.
Good night.
Good night, Evelyn.
This program was arranged with the aid of the Hollywood Coordinating Committee. This is the United States Armed Forces Radio Service, the voice of information and education.